Hey everybody, what's crack-a-lackin'? Man, we are here, right? Right? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 just to make sure we're okay as I get going here. If you could, I would really truly appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I was gonna do one yesterday, and guess what? I had to get another round of antibiotics. I still have the sickness. Um, it really hit me again last night, so I just couldn't. I couldn't even get myself here. It was, and right now I probably really shouldn't be here either. But I'm going to be here every night, and I was going to go on after Marth just because I was trying to give myself some time there. But I decided to go ahead and do it this way. Uh, Anybody that missed the members only, please go back and check that out. We had a really good time doing that. Anybody that was in there, I would think would tell you the same thing. So please consider being a member if you're not. We really truly did have a really good time. I will, Heidi. I appreciate you guys. I don't even like coming back out. I hesitated even to tell everybody, but you guys can probably hear it in my voice. So I just whatever, it's there. I'm not gonna focus on it because if I focus on it, it just makes me feel even worse. So that's what I'm going to do. I really appreciate it. And we've had a lot of people in our little community here that I would say, uh, well, going through some pretty rough times. One of our own here, Miss Dragon, she lost her fur baby, one of her cats, and that's such a hard thing to do, go through. And we know that when we buy animals and get animals and things like that, but it still sucks. They're like one of our kids. It really, and with what she's going through already, and she just shares some stuff here in the chat there a little bit. It just really sucks. I hate that for her. So we're gonna uplift her. We're gonna pray for her and send some good thoughts and stuff that way. Okay. So if you guys could throw some ones in the chat there for me, if you would. I'll probably be gifting out 5 more memberships tonight, guys. I got 5 more to give to you guys this month. I'll probably do that. I'll let you guys know a few minutes before I do that. That way you guys can get really active in the chat. The more active you are in the chat, the better chances you have. Hey, thank you, Heidi. I appreciate you. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Thank you. I can't tell you, and I know I say this a lot, but I can't tell you how big of a difference, that makes in my life. I really wish you guys could, I wish there was a word where I could just, I don't even know what to say. To be honest with you, it's one of those things that there's just not a word to show how much appreciative I am of stuff like that. When you guys do those kinds of things. But thank you for the 5 gifted. Anybody that got those, please tell Heidi thank you. And I'm trying to hit all different kinds of time zones. I'm trying to, when we go into doing the members only. But we watched some really cool Zoom court, and had a really good time watching it. A judge called Judge Fleischer. He's hysterical, and we got to see some interesting cases. So, okay. Now I know I just went about 5 minutes there about not really talking about space weather. So I'm going to focus now and do this, get this out to you guys. I want to try to get this done before Marfugo goes live. I'm sure he'll be going live here in just a half hour or so. So we're going to try to get this in before that. Okay, so guys, as I look at this, I'm looking at, this is our X-ray flux, okay? This is what we measure flares with. I'm not seeing a whole lot of flaring. Our proton flux is where it normally is, extremely low. That's how we measure radiation storms. Our geomagnetic activity has kind of been up and down. Now, I want to point out what NOAA here has as their forecast. These numbers are really low, okay? We're talking between 1 and 2 on the KP. When we get consecutive hours and days like that, we become susceptible to cosmic rays. And why is that? Because we don't have that geomagnetism hanging around in our atmosphere to help block those things. Okay? That's why. So I'll just say that. Now, let me. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I need to change my chat filter here to all messages. Guys, if you guys don't know that, if you guys click on your chat, the chat filter thing there, you can click on like all messages, top messages. That's what you'll see in your chat. So, oh wow, thanks Planet Hermit. Wow, again coming through for me. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to concentrate a lot on memberships, guys, because I do got some merch and stuff I'm getting ready to launch for you guys. We're going to be doing that, you know. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get stick with the space weather. I am sorry. When I get sick, I really get bad. But thank you, Planet Hermit. I'll give you a proper thanks here in just a little while when we do a roll call. Okay? And thank you, Adam, for giving me that idea. I got that idea from Adam, doing the roll call thing. But yeah, so okay. Now, sorry guys. See how this stuff is coming back on me? I am so sorry. I'm coughing, and I'm trying not to. And again, I'm not going to focus on me being not feeling well. So, but when we got this down here between a 1 and 2, if it lasts 24 hours or more, when we got low geomagnetic activity, the cosmic rays get in easier, guys, and it does make us susceptible to it. They don't like pilots and cabin crew and even us as passengers to fly too many hours at high altitudes and high latitudes, which means towards the poles. They don't want us doing that for a certain amount of hours, because it's seriously, it's almost like getting an X-ray. It's not good. And why is that? Well, because our the geomagnetic activity, which is helping us block, can also do the same thing. But when the cosmic rays get in, the higher you are in the atmosphere, the more that it affects you. And also, guys, I do want to say this too. The sun is the single most influential thing in our lives. Okay, it truly is. It affects everything. So as I say this, I want you guys to really, kind of click onto what I'm saying. We need to really, really show our support for people out there in LA. That is such a horrible thing to go through. I seen some images today that would just make you sick. And this is not a normal wildfire event, guys. This is something that's rare, that's happening now. I'm not saying that wildfires are rare, because they're not. We see them every year. We get on the satellites and look at the smoke plumes, right? But this is a little different, okay? And I'm not going to get into how it is different. We might talk about that tomorrow a little bit. But guys, it's a bad situation, and those of some of our own are losing their lives out there, and not to mention all their property and all that kind of stuff. This isn't just hitting out in the middle of a forest somewhere. This is hitting in urban areas, and it's affecting real people, and it sucks. Okay, so I'll just say that. Now, I will also throw some condolences out there for everybody that seen the big earthquake 7.1 on the border of China and India. That was a bad situation. It still is. And we're not ever going to know the full extent of that just because of the placement of it, obviously. But we'll get some pretty good idea. We've already seen some just horrific stuff. Their building codes in their older sections over there are not nothing. So I mean, any kind of shaking over there, things fall. So it just, it's horrible. It really truly is. But what I want to show you guys here with what's going on right now is, with that geomagnetic activity kind of low. Why is it low? Well, because we don't have a whole lot of sunspots facing us right now. Okay, these are our sunspots. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I know I say not a whole lot, right? I really mean not a whole lot of active sunspots, because 8 is a big number in any other day. Okay, so just understand that. Um, it really is. That's a big deal there. You know, so when we kind of get a little laggy in the amount of activity we're getting. Now, I will say this too: in solar minimum, where we go days and days and months with no sunspots, okay, we still get CMEs. So the sun can blow a CME at any time. It can actually blow a flare with without even really having a sunspot, like a noted sunspot there. So those things happen. But I would point out, if you look right here, cut the sun in half right here, we don't see anything over here. So I'm curious to see what's on the backside as it rotates in. Okay, um, but we can also have other ones pop up anywhere. You see these like little white sections here? Those are like precursors to these things showing up. Okay, so we'll see if those develop or not, but we're going to keep an eye on this. Now, this is an image from SDO. Guys, SDO's back. Okay, I just tried to access it. They're still having some issues with it, but I was able to get some images earlier today, and I went to go get on it a little while ago, and for whatever reason, it wasn't letting me access any of it. Now, it does says, due to analogy at Stanford, some of the nominal HMI and AIA data products cannot be retrieved from SDO JS OC. Okay. And what all that word salad means is the servers got leaked on by water from a water leak. It's been down for over a month, going on 2. They've got the servers replaced, the parts that were bad, and they've got it up and running again. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this back to the 8th, because I did try to do the 9th to the 10th, and it wouldn't give me anything. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to see if we can't catch something here on the 8th to the 9th. Yep, see? So we got SDO back. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that right there, guys, is a calibration roll. They probably got their servers back up and running, and then they wanted to make sure that the satellite was in the right place. So they do a calibration roll so we know where home is. It has to know where home is, so when they say, hey, satellite, you need to go to the left a little bit, it goes to the left a little bit. If they don't know where home's at, guess what? They tell it to go to the left, it could go up, down, or right. You know, it could go anywhere. So that's what I'll say there. Hey, Ripper, good to see you. Hey, Ilea, good to see everybody. I would also apologize to everybody because I know I said I was going to go on after Marf tonight. But I wanted to go ahead and get this in because I'm not sure how I'm going to feel in a little while. So I'm already spiking another fever. And again, guys, please don't feel sorry for me, okay? I've already did 1 round of antibiotics. I'm doing another. I still have pneumonia. I thought it was gone, and it's not. Sometimes, guys, that happens. I'm not like on my deathbed or anything. So please don't think that. But that's why I just want to make sure you guys understand that. And that's why I wasn't here yesterday. But I'm going to be here. I'm trying to be here between 7 and 9. That's why I'm trying here now. And, you know, I want to get here before. I don't want to go real late again. I just don't want to do that. So, but yeah, thank you guys for being here. You know, you guys are awesome. And I want to say a belated happy birthday to my friend Ripper. His birthday was yesterday, and he's an awesome person and a brother. And you guys, you know, throw some stuff in there for him. 1s, 2s, whatever you want to give him, he'll take it, I'm sure. Birthday cakes. You know what, Ripper, that gives me a good idea. In our next members only stream, we'll make an icon or a members only emoji that members get to use for birthdays. We'll do that in honor of you, brother. Alright? So if you're in the next members only stream, the next one you're there, we're going to make one, me and you, on stream. So, okay? I hope that works for you. I just put you on the spot, didn't I? Sorry. And again, guys, you know, prayers again for Mist and everything she's going through. I think Jammer's going through some stuff too, guys. He's not feeling the best. I know he's been up and down and all that too. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm straying here a little bit, but I'm trying to get back here. Anyway, we are being impacted right now. So I wanted to point this out because you see how we were kind of just hanging out, and then all of a sudden, you know, you see that the bow shock kind of bend in on both sides and stay there. What that means is we got hit, and it's now a consistent strength, stronger than what it was. So it pushed our bow shock back a little bit, and it's staying there. This is a continual hit. Most likely what this is either a coronal hole stream, which is kind of, it's actually a higher likelihood of that than it is a CME that we didn't know was coming, or a CME that we expected to not hit like this. So, you know, that's what I'll say. Now, so let me go. That was the velocity. This is the density. Okay, you'll be able to see it real good here. See how that just went wham, and it stayed dark. Okay. I get this question too a lot. Why do we get all this stuff on the backside? Those are reconnection points. Okay, now with density, it just means there's more dense particles hanging out there. Why are there more dense particles hanging out right there? Because what happens is when we get hit here in the front, okay, we'll get hit right here, wherever, you know, well, we'll just do it right here, watch. Right there, okay, that's the initial hit. And then what happens, you see how we don't have anything here? Right? Now watch what happens as time progresses. As this thing, you can see it kind of fade off. We're deflecting it, right? But check out what happens very shortly after. You guys see that? How that just built up right there? Why did it do that? Because that's a reconnection of a broken magnetic field line. Okay? So if you can imagine, our magnetic field is a slinky, and Earth is sitting in the middle of a slinky that is stretching around it, right? And with our magnetosphere, it actually stretches to the back, right? Because we're coming from the left to the right. So pretend the slinky gets busted and a section of it breaks from the middle. It's still connected, right? But if it's a magnetic field line and it gets hit and it breaks, or it comes, you know, it becomes unconnected, I will say, right there, okay? And then it's kind of flopping around back here, right? And then all of a sudden, guess what? Opposite polarities, what happens? It will actually do one of those. Wham! It reconnects back. If that field line didn't reconnect back, guess what? That's weakening our magnetic field when that doesn't happen. So it happens every time. It doesn't happen every time all, you know, right away. But those magnetic field lines get reconnected. When they reconnect, a lot of times it's happening on the backside. Because of just the simple physics of everything hitting from left to right. The speed of it and the power will push those lines this direction. So when it happens, and then the magnetic reconnection happens, boom, it happens on this side too. Okay? So that's why we see this buildup back here. And again, I would also say this. Notice before we got hit, look, everything's kind of consistent, right? None of that stuff in the backside got increased at all until that magnetic field line got broke, and then it reconnected. So I really do hope that you see that, you know, I really do. I mean, I want everybody to understand that, because it's very confusing to some people. Rightfully so, because some people think, well, where's that energy coming from? Behind us? And I'm not saying that we can't get something from behind us, because we absolutely do. Okay? Especially stuff like cosmic rays. But at the same time, the majority of what we're seeing there is a reconnection of our magnetic field lines that got broke during the hit. Okay? So watch it here on the magnetic pressure. We'll be able to tell it even better here. Guarantee it. I haven't seen it, but you see how consistent this is? Right? Now this is magnetic pressure, and then there's that initial hit. Look. Wham. You see how things are starting to kind of look a little strange right there? Notice how the backside immediately starts to, like right there, just that little appendage right there. Now as we keep moving forward, what's going to happen? Look what's going on here. You see this? All this, a lot of that pressure's on the backside now because those magnetic field lines are reconnecting. It's not connected out here, right there, like it was. The pressure is not there because all that reconnection is coming back on the backside. So I'll just say that. I hope that helped you guys understand that, because I really want you guys to understand that. That's a big deal because some people think it's something that it's not. And I'm not saying that any of that other stuff can't happen or anything like that. I'm not here to discuss that. I nowcast. I'm talking about specific things here. I'm not, but for the majority of what we see, what looks to be a buildup on the backside, it absolutely is a buildup on the backside because of a reconnection event. Okay? And I could go into more detail on that later. I know I just spent a whole lot of time on that I probably really didn't need to. But, it is what it is. We are here, right? Okay, but let me just pause that. We'll go over here. Now, what I was trying to, before I went off on that, okay, this is the Aurora forecast. And I just told you we were just now getting hit, right? But I want to show you something here. Let me pause that. We're not seeing it on the geomagnetic activity yet, right? This is a 3-hour average. So if we come over here to the HP, which is a 30-minute average, we do see an increase already. Okay? It's not massive, but we are increasing on our geomagnetism. Notice how we got the 0 right here for a half hour. That's very substantial when you start seeing that kind of stuff during solar maximum. We see that from time to time. I'm not saying it's like completely odd or crazy. It's just not something that we see every day, right? During solar max. But because we got that increase there, unless we knew to come over here and look at this one, and then you got this one not showing it yet. This is NOAA. This is the official forecast. And again, it's not a big deal. It's just something that happens. This is a 3-hour average here. So where else can we look at to get a more immediate idea of what's going on? Guys, Aurora. I'm telling you. I keep telling a lot of people this, and I hope that they're grabbing this, because I really truly do hope that they do. Hey, AK, for everyone in my heart, good to see you. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I really do. Thanks, guys. I need some of that stuff sometimes. And if I'm being deadly honest with you guys, I've had a really rough couple months. Mentally, I've been really struggling. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm doing any of that kind of whatever, but I just haven't had the best mindset, and I'm sure you guys probably picked up on some of that, and I apologize for that. That's why that's a lot of the reason why, because I was actually physically sick, and still it was in a mind funk that the month of December it was hard for me to get here. It really was. So thank you guys for having the patience with me on that, and sticking with me here. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, guys, one more thing, guys, please do share this one out. This is something and I know I don't say that a whole lot. I say it more than I used to, but when I'm trying to get everything back in a rhythm, I need a lot of shares, a lot of comments. I need a lot of people talking in the chat, because it will get me back into the algorithm, and it helps the channel. So that's just what I'll say. If you could, I would really appreciate it if you could share. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. But you see how our Aurora did that? Look what it did here. Now, if you look at the time frame, what's that say? 1300. Right? That's around noon. Let's go up here for a minute and look what happened around noon. Look. See that? A big increase in geomagnetism. Significant increase. So we were probably taking some sort of a coronal hole or some sort of small CME there also. But I'm pointing this out because we're currently getting hit right now, which I just showed you on the magnetosphere, But watch how it calms down, and then right here on the end, watch what happens. Okay, it's continually increasing right now. How do I know that? Well, because I back it up. It's all green. Not really a whole lot there. Okay, but when I get here to the end of the run, you see the yellow starting to poke through there. So we are taking some sort of hit. This is one of the key things that most people won't even look at when we're discussing whether or not we're getting hit with something. Okay, this is so immediate and so like there and easy to access. People need to look here. So that's what I'll be. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Hey, Tiger's Eye, good to see you guys. Okay, now NOAA did update their Endel spiral model. This is what they use to show us CMEs and coronal hole streams. This looks more significant than what it is. You got to look at the actual range here on their graph. Okay, this is not high at all. Okay, 3 to 500 is what we consider normal on speed, kilometers per second. Roughly around 4 is what we consider normal on density, but even that's questionable. I've seen bunches of density hit us and not do anything. Okay, so. And then, as you know, as I'm sitting here showing you this, you can tell that, you know, we're expecting a little bit of something there. That's what they're saying. It's not going to be much, because even their forecast up here is not showing anything, right? But back to what I was saying with, hey, we're taking a hit. If I take you guys over to back over to the actual data, guess what's all jacked up? Can anybody guess? Right there. The BZ. Guess what? It's -6. Or more negative. I'm telling you guys, please look at that. Anybody that does this on their own, please go click on all these buttons. Seriously. The stuff I look at's in my description. All you gotta do is go to my description box and hit the link. Okay? But as you can tell here, look at this. I mean, and back here, what time was this? Look, you guys seeing what time that is? 12:40, right around the same time as this. So it all matches up. You see how I just did that? I showed you guys kind of a little bit of my process of when I'm deciding why we got hit, how we got hit, and where it came from. Okay? So I want you guys to have an understanding of that, because the better understanding you have of that, the better off you are. You know, my goal is to give you guys the opportunity to be able to go look at these things on your own and have a basic understanding, and then dive deeper on your own. I'm more than happy to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm always going to do this, right? But at the same time, you're going to be doing yourself a favor if you just start clicking. You can't mess it up. Okay? You just can't. You can go look. If you got questions, there's going to be a lot of moderators here that can help you. I'll help you as much as I can. And by the way, I'm thinking about having well, it's good to have you back, Planet Hermit. I'm glad you're here. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, yeah, see, I do that a lot too, and I'm not feeling good. But anyway, let's see what else. Okay, now I do want to talk about this. This is significant in the aspect of, like, this is Dr. Tony Phillips' webpage, spaceweather.com. He's an awesome, this stuff is just awesome. Okay, he's always on point with what he's talking about. He's always doing it. Well, thank you, AK, forever in my heart. I really do appreciate that. That's yeah. Again, I wish I had a bigger word than just thanks. You know what I mean? I would say God bless and everything also on top of it. It's just I really wish I did have a better way to show my appreciation. And the way that I can do that the best for you guys is to simply do what I'm doing, and just and try to be a little bit, continue to get better with what I know, so I can share with you guys. And all of that helps. It helps keep me going. It really does. Because, you know, at some point in time, you have to have those kinds of things. And you have to, you know, just to do life, period. So, thank you. Thank you guys for doing that. Now, what they're talking about over here, Dr. Tony Phillips is talking about, is planetary alignments. We talk about that off and on. I probably should talk about it more. Okay? But what's happening is we have 4 naked eye planets in the sky all at the same time. This is awesome. This doesn't usually happen. And they're bright. Okay? You can go outside and with binoculars and stuff, you can see a lot of things. Okay? You don't have to have a big telescope, guys. Grab a pair of binoculars. I'm serious. Or grab your phone, put it on night mode. Hey, Cam. Put it on night mode and just film for a few minutes and then start, you know, scrunching in and getting out and going in, zooming out. Just checking things out. Hey, Pam, good to see you. But we got all those on the same side of the planet, right? Now, I can actually show you that right here. Let me do that for you. I use this NASA CME tracker for a lot more than just tracking CMEs. If you drew a line like right here, look what's on this side. You got Mercury, you got Venus, you got Earth, and you got Mars. Jupiter's on this side right now too. So it's crazy. It's all on that side of the sun. Now I will say this too. When that's happening, we do see an uptick in certain things. And sometimes one thing will uptick, another time something else will. I do notice we do see a bit more CME action. I also do notice we do see a bit of a seismic uptick. So go check out Ron over at Emergency Management Associates too. He talks about earthquakes. So get over there and check him out. But as you can tell, guys, we're all on this side, right? When that happens, and then what's happening here? Here's Earth. What's hanging out right there? That's Mars. So now you have a direct straight line. That is a complete planetary alignment between us, Mars, and the Sun. And if you really wanted to stretch it out a little bit here, you almost could add Mercury to that, because it's going to be here in like a day, if that. Okay, so Mars will kind of be over here, so it's not going to be a direct straight line, but it'll be kind of angled, but it's still going to be a planetary alignment of some sort. Okay, so that's what I'll say. Well, thank you, Enlightened Truth Seeker. Appreciate you. Tardy party, guys. This is mainly my fault. I told you guys I was going to go live after Marth, and I left that community post, and I ended up going before. So it's on me, guys. Okay, I apologize for that. But look what happened there. That CME got fired right off to Mercury. But look what Mercury's lined up with: the Sun and Venus. Okay, so these planetary alignments do affect things. They can instigate CMEs. Remember, everything is connected to the Sun. If you were naked out in space, like I say all the time, your left butt cheek would be connected to the Sun magnetically. Right? So keep that in mind. It's important to kind of really do keep that in mind. It's something we need to always keep in mind. But with that planetary alignment, you know, it's one of those things. It doesn't happen all the time. It's rare, but it's not like, you know, we know when it's going to happen. Obviously, I mean, I can tell you 100 years down the road what stars are going to be in the sky and where they're going to be at, right? But what I do want to point out is this eclipse. Now, they're calling it an occultation of Mars. But what's making this kind of rare is, if you guys read this, the full moon on January 13th is going to pass in between us and Mars. But again, what makes it a little bit more rare is that Mars is actually as close as it ever gets to us. Okay, at the same time. So, that's what they call opposition. But that's just what I'll. And we could click on the hyperlink here, I guess. If you guys want to know what opposition is, come over here and check it out. And start by going to Dr. Tony Phillips' website. Okay, start by going to spaceweather.com. That way he gets the traffic for it. But if you guys go there, you're going to notice that Mars is going to be bright too, because it is close to us. All right. So let me show you this. Right here. This is the path of it. Okay. It's showing you where Mars will disappear and everything else. Okay. Just like any other lunar eclipse that you've ever seen. I didn't even know this was happening until I checked out Dr. Tony Phillips. He's such a great source. And I know I say that a lot, and I'm sorry if that whatever's people. I'm actually not sorry. Because it really truly, he does such a great job. He deserves to be, given the credit for it. But I just think it's really cool that these kinds of things are happening. We've had a lot of those kinds of things happen this year. Well, 2024, okay, and into now. Now, it says something about this infographic. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. If you guys want to know exactly where and where you're at, you can come here and look at this. He's got it all mapped out for you there. What time and all that. Okay. Something else I want to point out too, because this has been a part of the conversation here. This is the Near-Earth Object data sheet. They measure how far things are by lunar distance. So if if these meteorites are going to miss Earth, they're going to miss it by 12.7 lunar distance on this one. Okay. And so on and so forth as you look at that. So lunar distance is the distance between us and the moon. When you hear somebody say astronomical unit, or AU, that means that's the distance between us and the sun. So they'll use an AU to measure stuff in space also. And there's other ones too. So just let me say that. Now, I know I really wish that one satellite hadn't been destroyed. It was doing the Noctilucent cloud thing for us. And this is what we got now. It's not hard to understand, but it takes some explaining. Okay? But what are Noctilucent clouds? They're blue metallic looking clouds. I should have a picture for you here, but I didn't have it uploaded. They're blue metallic looking clouds that kind of sparkle and shimmer in the night sky, right? But they hang around the poles. So we pay attention to these when they start creeping up away from the poles, right? So what I'll say here is how they're created is water vapor freezes around meteor dust that is always hanging around our poles. Now, people have a hard time understanding why is the meteor dust hanging around our poles more? Well, because magnetism, right? So that's one of the biggest reasons. Our magnetic field, things come in, like I say all the time, easier on the North and South Pole because of that, right? So meteors have metal in them, most of them. So it's going to have some sort of magnetism going on there. So when you got a lot of that dust hanging around, and this is where you have to pay attention, in the fact that we see Noctilucent clouds in the summertime of each hemisphere. And you're probably saying, well, wait, didn't you just say it was ice, basically? Water vapor freezing around meteor dust? Why is that happening more in the summertime? Well, glacier melt and water, ocean water. Okay? So when you got heat at the surface and it's melting some glaciers, or it's evaporating more water, where's that stuff going? It's going up, guys. And where these clouds are at, it never drops below freezing. Okay? It's cold up in this part of our atmosphere at all times, no matter what season. So why we see more in the wintertime or in the summertime is because of that vapor, that melt that's happening. So I talk about this because it's really cool, but it's also a good thing for us to look at to see if things are changing in our world. Because if we continually start to see these things creep up, up, up closer to the equator, then we're going to have to start having other discussions. Okay? And we haven't really seen a whole lot of that this year. Last year we did. Last year we've seen quite a bit of, as a matter of fact, we've seen some reports up like Central South America. Yeah, some of that stuff was kind of shocking to see, see a report of a Noctilucent cloud, up that far to the north, right, close to the equator. So, but anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys, I just wanted to touch on that for a minute. Okay, now, I want to go back here for a second and show you guys this. Our sun continues to overachieve, okay? And what am I talking about? Wages? What are you talking about now? Well, here you go. The numbers are in for December, obviously. And we once again are way over what the forecast was as far as how many sunspots we were supposed to see. Okay? We were supposed to see 112 in December. What did we get? 154. Now, I'll say 112, and I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt because that's the actual high end of it. If you want to go to the range is actually 92 to 125. Okay? So I guess 112 might be a little in the middle, I guess. Yeah. So I just misread that. But it's not at the low end, guys. I'm talking like this isn't at the high end either. But we outdid that by what? What is that? 40 sunspots? That's significant. Skywalker, you're killing me with that. I love. Hey, Franklin, good to see you. Okay, guys. Now, if we can get some more chatters in there, I'll give away 5 memberships. Okay? I need to get a few more people here before I do that. I don't want to just do it. Well, you know what? I'm going to give them away tonight anyway. So, let's just... Guys, give me a roll call in there. Alright? And, we'll do it that way. Do me a roll call, and, I'll come back to you here in just a second, and we will, I'll get you, and so start chatting, and give me a roll call, and whoever chats the most will get these free, channel memberships. Okay. And I am doing more members only, too, so I want you guys to know that. I'm actually looking forward to that a lot. We just had a really... Hey, AK Heather, good to see you. Utah in the house. Midwest Strong, baby. LMG Philanthropy. What's up? Gale, Colorado. West Central Minnesota. Okay, Adelaide. What's up, Rampage? Good to see you. Roll call, baby. Whoop, whoop. Franklin. Treaty 6 territory. Land of the living skies. Love it. Love it. Heidi's in the Bothell. That's right. Heck yeah. Hey, IG. Good to see you. Tell Ron I said hey, if you would. I just shouted him out a few minutes ago. She's a mod over on Ron's channel too, guys. Emergency Management Associates. Yeah. Awesome. And again, guys, a belated birthday to Ripper. His birthday was yesterday. And give him some happy birthday wishes, if you would. And prayers for Mist. She lost her fur baby today, which sucks. I really hate that. They become like our kids, and especially this one. I guess the cat didn't really live out its life expectancy, and that makes it even harder. So. But yeah, so guys, get to talking in there in a minute. I'm gonna drop you guys five memberships here in a minute, okay? I'll give you guys a couple minutes to get active there in the chat, and we'll yeah, Mary, I know I did. Most of us do. So yeah, he's doing good work over there. Adam and Dex are. They're my good friends. So. But I'm going to say that probably regardless. I mean, I know you guys probably see that or hear that or whatever. But But yeah, they, they do an awesome job. I can't imagine putting together a bibliography every show. It just amazes me. Amazes me. And we're going to be doing a whole lot more here too. Hey, if anybody has anybody seen Genius by Birth? Haven't seen her in a few, and I haven't seen Aaron in a couple either. And it might just be because I'm, been kind of hit and miss. But I get worried about people. I do. I worry about people. I'm a warrior, so I'm sorry. But that's just me. Okay, guys. Here in a couple minutes, I'm going to give you guys a countdown. All right. But I wanted to make sure I touched on all this. That now, I'm going to take you back over here to the sunspot number because I do think we're going to keep doing this. We've not had 1 month this sun cycle that we were below the forecast. We've always been above it. We got real close right there, but also remember right here, this spike here is during the southern hemisphere of the sun was in solar maximum. The north wasn't. This is a new thing that they're studying. I don't want to say it's new. This is new to a lot of people. Okay, they've been researching this for quite some time actually, but we do see a solar max in the southern and the northern hemisphere, but they're not always the same time. So what happens is we get a double peak, and I can show that to you. Okay, so I'll just back this up to the last sun cycle right here. Here's your double peak. Okay, we'll go back another sun cycle. There's your double peak, because you can see a clear dip and then back up. Go back another sun cycle. There's your double peak. Okay, it's just so easy to see. And it's really, and the further back you go here, guys, remember the technology wasn't as good back in 1750. So I'll just say that. I ain't gonna go any further than that. But so I just wanted to point that out. So yeah. Now let's do this. Okay, are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and drop these. So here we go. All right, let me. Guess I should pull it up. Okay. All right, getting ready to drop 5 of them. Let me open that up. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Right there, y'all. There's 5 of them for you. Okay? Who got them? Hey, IG got one. Who else got them? Gail got one. Heck yeah. CD, the windy one, got one. Winning Streaks got one. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Glad you guys got them. In the next members only stream, I'm going to give away a couple decks of cards too. Okay? Yeah, I've shown them to you guys before. They're sunspot cards. They're really cool. But we're going to be doing that over on the members only. I don't want to just keep that going here, but thank you guys for being here for me always. You guys are just the bomb. I'll be back again tomorrow, guys, and thank you guys for being here. And again, guys, if anything happens, you know I'm going to be here. So to recap, kind of what's going on here, we've got this. I guess we'll call it a lunar eclipse of Mars, right? On the 13th. Don't forget, we also got that comet Atlas that's supposed to be real bright on the 13th too. So we got all that stuff going on. and again, I want to say happy birthday to Ripper. I want to say just great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Okay. And then, let's just send some prayers Miss Dragon's way for the loss of her fur baby. Again, guys, they're like our kids. They really are. Okay. But yeah. So, and also, if you guys get any Aurora photography at all, you guys can send it to me. I will show it. Just send it to me in the email, and I will make sure that you guys put in there, then I can show it. If you don't put it in there, I won't be able to show it. Hey, Mari, that's okay. We're good. Mary, I'm sorry. I don't want to call you Mari, cause I would imagine that's pronounced Mary. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I like that name, Gale Firestorm. Also, guys, hey Tiger Knight, what's up? Um, Again, remember, people out west in LA, it's horrible, horrible, horrible. We got another freaking. Yeah, I seen that mist. I just didn't want to say that again. I'm sure that's kind of hard to say. Um, I I really do hurt for you because I couldn't imagine. Um, I showed everybody my fur baby and the members only, and I just couldn't imagine. Yeah, it's horrible. I hate that for you. But you know what? You got a whole lot of people, and a whole lot of people that would cuddle. I promise. You know, just kind of feel our love, okay? We love you, and hope you can get some relief and grieve properly and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure it's hurting your kids and your husband too. I just, yeah, it's just a hard thing. So we love you, and you know, if you need something, you just, hey, Deep Quake, hey, thanks, bud, appreciate you, man. Um, I want to say this too, real quick, okay, before we get off here. I want anybody that's a member to please send me an email and tell me what time is good, because I want to be at different times to hit everybody. I feel like, you know, I want to do that because there's a lot of you guys that are members for, you know, like um, like Deep Quake just gifted 10. Some of you guys probably never would have given memberships a chance unless he did that. And I want to recognize and same with Planet Hermit and everybody else that does stuff like that, and anybody that just buys one membership for themselves. Please, I just want to know what time you guys want me here for a members only, and I'm going to try to hit different time frames because I think that's only fair. I understand people live in different time zones and, you know, across the world even. So. Yeah, that's a good question, Pam B. Space station. That's an interesting question. But yeah. All right, guys. So thank you, Deep Quake, again, bud. Oh, really? What's going on with your wife, man? Hey, why don't you email me, man, and we can talk about that, okay? I don't want to like do that online here in front of everybody. You know. Prayers for, let's get some ones in the chat there for him too, if you would. I think I know you said your wife was in the hospital, but I can't remember why, and I'm sorry. I'm bad about that. Unless I see it every day, I kind of. Hey, back at you, Monk. You're awesome. And this is how we heal, guys. This is how we do things, and this is how, you know. It doesn't always have to be about space weather or whatever the conversation is on anybody's channel. When you hear stuff like that, it really does bring you back to center. Because oftentimes in life we'll get stuck out here talking about this kind of thing, right? And we don't see the person standing next to us going through something like that. Because we're so focused on what we're doing. Take 10 or 15 minutes each day, just step back. And that's all I'm asking. And when you see stuff like that, address it. Be like, hey man, I'm sorry. You know, it really is. It sucks. Very sick, huh? Broke her hip. She's very sick. Oh man. Yeah, that's rough, man. If I could do something for you, man, please ask. If there's anything I could, you know. But thank you for it. See, this is the other thing. There's no words for me in the vocabulary in the English language to show my appreciation for people like Deep Quake, because he just gifted 10 memberships, okay? But yet he's still going through what he's going through. Hey, Alyssa, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. And my mods are awesome. I love my mods. Thank you, mods, for everything that you do. I don't say that enough, but I think I try to show it. But I need to say it more often. But yeah, I mean, you know, and I know at the end of this live stream, I'm probably going to get ripped up in the comment section for not talking about space weather. But you know what? If I'm sharing love and everything else, then rip me up. I don't care. Rip on me, rip on me, rip on me. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, if we yeah, back at you, back at you, and it just shows you the character of people. It really does. When they'll give away memberships and stuff like that, and at the same time, they've got a sick wife in the hospital, guys, for like a very long time. Um, those kinds of things just amaze me, and there is no word that can show how appreciative I am when that stuff happens. It humbles me so much. Back at you, Cheryl. Back at you. Exactly, Mary. Exactly. LNG. Yep. Hey, you know what, LNG? I mean, and that's the other thing too. Hey, sometimes caring about somebody is putting them in their place. I'm sorry, it's just the way life is, right? You know what I mean? If we didn't care about our kids, do you think we would punish them? Nope. We'd just give them a black eye and keep moving, right? If we didn't care. But the same thing goes for everybody else. You know what I mean? So, anyway, sorry. Sorry about the end of the anybody that's here, I'm sure. Well, I watched the numbers drop off as soon as I did that. It's not a big deal. Um, but yeah. Yeah, you can cough and break a rib. Yep, yep. I've actually knocked a rib out for that before. If you guys don't know this, your ribs actually have joints in them. This, most people don't even know that. I think it's just like connected to, your spine and all that, and it's your breastbone and all. There's actually joints there. But anyway, okay, guys. Um, get over and check out Marf. He's going to be going live here shortly, I'm sure, if he ain't already. I'm not seeing any notification yet, but I'm sure he will be. Check out Trinity, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Hi Ho Kermit the Frog. She's doing some good content over there. Mist has got her channel going. Ripper, he's been posting time to time lately. So guys, just show some love, okay? That's how we keep our channel strong. That's how we keep our family strong here. And the more consistent I get with posting every day, um, our family's going to grow, and that's all thanks to you guys. So, hey Tim, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. All right, guys, that is it. So, yeah, I know we're getting 4 inches more snow tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is good news, guys. Listen, I told my in the member stream a couple days ago, but my daughter is actually doing pre-show at the Pacer game. They're going to be doing their dance routine tomorrow. But if we get that snow, they're already talking about canceling school. If they cancel school, they won't let them girls go over there and do that. So, yeah. They said they would reschedule and all that and be able to get back on there, but my daughter was looking forward to seeing Steph Curry play basketball because they're actually they're playing the Pacers tomorrow night. But anyway, that's good news. Not too many people are in this world can go out there and say, "Hey, I actually performed at a Pacer game." You know what I mean? It's awesome stuff, guys. See, that's what we got. That's what we gotta focus on. Yeah, I'm with you, Fan B. We're good. We're good. I'm just yeah. You're right. I mean, guys, in case you don't know, I don't know exactly where Pam B lives, but she lives in the town just to my west, and yeah, I bet we're 5 miles from each other. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm just taking a guess at it. But hey, surgery, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. And we will continue to do members only. I want to do at least once a week. I may even do more. I had such a great time the other night, and I think that the members are actually starting to see what I'm doing over there, and we're having a good time, and I think it's helping people. So, but yeah, all right, guys. Yeah, I kind of strung this one along. Didn't mean to, but okay, guys. God bless. Yahusha saves, and as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.